Hey guys, welcome back. This is another episode from the Ultimate EDC, and today I want to talk about the Hinderer knives and specifically the XM-24. So I have a long experience with Hinderer knives. I had the 3.0, the 3.5 XM-18, and a lot of different blades. I think at one time I might have had 10 or 11 of the 3.5s. The flipper, the non-flipper versions, which those are really great. I wish I still had one of those hanging around. But ultimately, the 3.5 was just too small. It was too small of a blade. My hand felt cramped when I held it, and it just wasn't the right size for me. And then I think, XM-24 was released in 2008. I remember seeing it. Never got to handle it. I didn't get to handle one until 2011. And when I finally got to handle it, I was like, wow, this really bridges the gap between the 3.5 being too small and the 24 just being a really, really great feeling knife in the hand. And in front of us, we have today, I have the XM-24 full tie, XM-24 fat carbon, XM-24 just black G10, pretty much a standard issue. And this one's kind of a unicorn. This is a non-flipper XM-24. I bought this off my buddy Dirk Warning. I'm sure you guys, if you're in the knife game, you're familiar with Dirk's channel. Deals in extremely high-end knives, unbelievable channel. So this one I have not seen many of. But in 2000, I think it was 21, he sold this to me, and it's been in the collection ever since. So get back to what I was saying. 2011 was the first time I saw one in person, got to handle it, got to see what it was like, and it was great. It really was ergonomic, but at the time, finances just weren't there, and I couldn't buy one at the time. Another buddy had one in 2015. I really liked it again, but I was into just different knives at the time. It was tough to take that next leap. You guys know what I'm talking, ripping off that Band-Aid to the higher tier of cost you can spend on a folding knife. Then 2018 came about, and that was the release of the tri-way pivot system. So for me, I like knives on bearings. I like action. That was a no-brainer for me to finally make the leap in and grab one. I grabbed one. It was a great blade. I really liked it. But at the time, that was in my knife journey that I was buying, having for a little while, and then trading. I must have traded a ton of knives, 50, 60 blades at least. Then you go through that period where you're selling a lot of blades. I must have sold, 50 blades on the Apostle P channel. If you guys are familiar with him, he does a knife sale every Thursday. So it was just bringing an inventory, trying it out, moving it in and out. And, just for trying it. I didn't have a channel. I wasn't doing it for, any kind of reason. Just the other one, I wanted to try a lot of different knives and see what was out there. So we'll talk about these on the table here. This is the non-flipper XM-24. I had this sharpened by the Apostle P as well. Great edge on it. You guys can see that. Really nice. I wanted a bigger edge on it. He didn't want to do that. So he said it wouldn't work, it wouldn't cut, the geometry wouldn't be there. But regardless, the knife is extremely sharp. This knife is not the tri-way pivot system. This is an S35 VN. You can see it's got the stonewash lock side, standard clip, and just a G10. I've looked around YouTube and I don't see many of these around. It's got good action for a non-tri-way system, but I have not seen many. And I really appreciated Dirk selling me this. He gave me a great deal on it too at the time. Again, these are not cheap knives, but for what I paid, it was really good. You can see the action's not bad. This is just your standard Spanto blade, G10, CPM 20CV. You guys have all seen the little logo, which designates that this is part of the tri-way family. It's got the worker finish on the blade, which is really nice. Beautiful action. It's on bearings, just drop shut, really nice. Can't go wrong. For me, the XM-24 is, like I mentioned in my prior video, Definitely one of the most ergonomic blades for my hand. Just a dynamite blade. Great action. Great worker knife. You can use them and it won't let you down. And this one is the fat carbon. This I have on washers right now. And this is S45 steel, the tri-way. It's got the bronze with the brass hardware. I just think it looks cool, and the fat carbon is just gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Very nice. I like the, the pop of the brass on there. Kind of sets it off. Great blade. Action's a little bit less, not quite the bearing drop shot, but I just wanted to try it out, so gave it a whirl. Very nice. Very nice looking too. I think the XM-24 to me is just a phenomenal looking blade. It really does. It has a lot going for it. And I talked about this in my first video. This is probably the one I like the best. This is the full tie. Bronze lock side. Got the deep carry clip. And this is a CPM 20 CV. Yeah, this one I really like the Bowie. While it might be not the strongest blade, I'm not doing too much to stress these pocket knives to their fullest, but the action's beautiful. The acoustics, just listen to that fall. Great sound. I love that bronze side. So cool looking. And the action is unbelievable. So let me open these all up. We can kind of get a shot of them all laid out. Good size knives. I know that Rick Hinderer, if I remember the story, was a first responder at some point and was using these knives, well, trying to design a knife that he could use in the field. These are definitely it. They can do a lot. And if you can see in the background, today's carry was the Spyderco PM2, the Wharncliffe blade. This has got the aftermarket scales, Flytanium. It's got a brass insert. Really nice. Nice little carry blade. And off in the corner here, fixed blade of the day, I have a Lex Rex Custom Jacobite. This is a nice tiny little fixed blade. You can see the distressed handle there. That's all done by hand. It's got the rock pattern inside, which gives you a nice grip. All along the spine of the blade as well. Really nice. This guy's a great maker. Lex Rex Custom, if you've never seen him, take a look. This is a small blade. It's not even as big as a hand, but about a 3-inch blade on it. Nice finger choil, so you're not going to slip. Nice sharpening choil as well. But I like the distress there. It's really cool they did that by hand. It looks like it's got some weathered on it, but that's all custom. Comes with a great sheath. Nice camo sheath with the ulti-clip on there, and nice retention as well. Cool little blade to fool around with. All right, so again, XM-24 fits the bill as far as ergonomics for me. I really did like the XM-18, but like I mentioned, I always felt so cramped. The back of my hand was just pushed really hard in, and it wasn't very comfortable. I mean, it's usable, don't get me wrong, but when the XM-24 came out, that was just a sweet spot. It's just a really great blade. I mean, I'm definitely, these few here are probably not the last I'm going to have. I like the full tie a lot, and I like the Bowie blade shape. I think I'm going to go after next probably a Wharncliffe. I really like the Wharncliffe blade. It's my favorite shape. And they have some around, but they had them on the normal knife sites, DLT and Knife Center and all those. And they just didn't have the color combination I was looking for. I want the bronze lock side with maybe, I don't know, I've never really done that jade scale before, but it looks nice. Had a cool contrast, so I might give that a try. But definitely for a great utility blade, a bigger size knife if you've got a bigger hand, or you like carrying a bigger blade. And just for a quick size comparison, let me show the XM-24 next to the Spyderco PM2. You've got quite a difference there, you can tell. And I mean, they're different blades, obviously, but thickness, it's definitely thicker. But this is a stout blade as well. Really cool. Got the compression lock. These are obviously frame locks, but very adjustable. I like that you can tune it. This you can tune this, non-tri-way model by the pivot, but this one's really nice. Like I said, if you guys comment below, if you see many of these non-flipper XM-24s, I don't see many of them at all. I looked in YouTube, I didn't find any. I couldn't see anything. They don't come around much. I'm on Blade forums and Reddit and a lot of the other knife sites, and I have not seen many of them for sale because I'd definitely like to grab one. Very nice. Action's great on washers as well. The fat carbon, I just think that looks really nice. I like that green and the brass offset. It looks really nice. He definitely dabbles in a lot of different steels. Not as much as Spyderco per se, but, they're not afraid to try different things. Hinderer makes a great knife. Pricing is, for what you're getting, is fair, in my opinion. And they're a stout blade. And with the tri-way pivot system, for me, was just the end-all, be-all. I know that I seem like bearing knives kind of went by the wayside for a while and kind of got a bad rap. But, I mean, the Microtech SOCOM Elite is bearings. That thing is tough as nails. I've never had an issue with a bearing knife getting gunked up or in use. Actually, I bought this from Duty's Daggers. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his channel. He really does some great testing. I grabbed this from him. It's nice. Really nice. But let me know what you guys think. Are you a fan of the XM-24? Are you a fan of Hinderer models? Do you like him? Do you like his blades? He's got a lot of different blades out there. I'm also looking at the full track, because they've done a run in the full track model. That was kind of out of circulation for a while. You couldn't really get them. You could get them on the secondary market, but other than that, they were tough to get. And now they're doing some new runs, so I might grab one of those as well. But for me, the XM-24, without a doubt, my favorite Hinderer model. Nothing even comes close. All the different models, the half track, the full track. If I want something, that's going to be, have a beefier feel, just a stronger overall blade, whatever you're going to do with it. So let me know what you guys think. For me, XM-24, the best Hinderer model that I've come in contact with thus far. And if I had to pick one of the favorite out of these four, it's definitely the full tie. And then I think it would be, I really like this non-flipper too. This is a really nice model. You don't have the flipper tab in the way at all. It's not impeding any performance, but it's got a little bit of jimping here. Again, great ergonomics. The action's not bad for a knife on washers either. I mean, you can finger flick it out, no problem. Really nice. Thanks, Dirk. And then it would definitely be the carbon on washers as well. And then finally, just the kind of the standard issued model with the G10 on bearings. But the action's just butter. And you can tune it however you want. If you want to make it more drop shot, less drop shot, I like the knife to fall down freely. And this week's movie rec is going to be State of Grace. Came out in 1990. Stars Sean Penn, Robin Wright Penn, Gary Oldman, my favorite actor of all time, John Turturro, and John C. Reilly's in it as well. This movie's based on the real-life Hell's Kitchen gang, the Westies. Unbelievable acting. Gary Oldman steals the show. If you guys like Gary Oldman and you haven't seen this movie, do yourself a favor, check it out. Unbelievable. He plays a complete psycho. And overall, the casting and the support actors are phenomenal. Definitely check it out, State of Grace. Leave a comment. Let me know if you guys like the video. Any questions on there, comments, let me know. Thanks. Bye.